Okay guys, on the bench we're looking at a Fender Strat, and it seems to be a 60s reissue. The truss rod adjustment is down here in the heel. This guitar just needs to have the once over on it. The neck is got a nice bow in the neck, so it definitely needs to have its truss rod tightened. Do you see where our string is? It's barely hanging off the edge here. Our high E string. So the neck needs to be loosened, and then we need to tighten the truss rod, and then we need to put this neck back in its pocket so that this string, the high E string, is placed better instead of hanging over the edge. So there's a couple of things we got to do to this guitar to try to make it better. And so first things first is let's get the strings off and pull the neck. Okay. Just gonna get these strings out of the way a little bit. Yeah, so this is just what happens on these old reissues. The truss rod adjustment is in the heel of the neck, and so yeah, it takes a little bit of work to get to that thing. Okay, let's take our straight screwdriver and we're going to put it in here and we're going to snug this down. Oh yeah, that went good. Okay, here we go. I think that's about it. I mean, we can go a little tiny bit more just to make sure that we got nice string height. Oh, that's about as tight as I can get it with these forearms I have. Okay, just a little tiny bit of back bow now, so that should be perfect. So again, what was going on here is the neck was kind of, see how you got a little bit of room in there? So to get this high E string, you know, isn't hanging over the edge. Okay, yeah, we have to really bring it this direction. Okay, so this pickguard was changed out, so that might have something to do. There's a little bit of pickguard hanging over the edge right there. So I'm going to file on that a little tiny bit. Okay, didn't hardly take any off of there, but I think it's enough to get this back on here. So I do have to really kind of lift it up this way. Yeah, I have to pull it towards me. Now hopefully what's going to happen now is that when I get this high E string across here again, and I'll set it in the nut and I'll just kind of pull tight. Okay, you see how much room we have over here now? So I think that we did a good job here by putting the neck back on. So see how much room we have right there now? So we're better. Yeah, so just a little bit of some fret cleaning here with my fret guard and a little 1000 sandpaper. Not trying to take any material off the frets, I'm just kind of getting a little bit of that dirt that has accumulated on these. Shine them up a little bit. He asked me to pull the pickguard off and make sure that there were springs under these pickups, and to just kind of give it a once over underneath the hood. So what we're looking at here is the handiwork of a Guitar Center. So my customer was like, you know what? I don't think they put springs behind each pickup. And I'm like, yeah, they probably used that electrical rubber surgical tubing. No, I don't think they used anything. He was right. There's no springs or anything. Okay, so here we go. One pickup at a time.
Five minutes later.
Okay, I got that all buttoned up. It was a bit challenging to putting those stupid screws in there. It's a little tough sometimes. But let's go ahead and we'll test these electronics. Oh, three-way switch. How cool. Yep, that's good. Now I did notice that our volume knob was a little tiny bit loose, so we'll pull that off of there and we'll see if I can snug that down. Okay, that's as tight as it's gonna get.
Pretty cool.
Alright, so I'm just gonna shine the frets up, put a little lemon oil on it, clean the fretboard. I always try to over clean everything. Okay, so there we go. She's clean. Now with the existing strings that are already on here, we're just going to put them right back on. Alright, so on the bench I have a tailor, and the string height is really high. So I'm just going to see if I can adjust this truss rod. So the first thing I'm going to do is loosen the strings and give this neck a little fighting chance to straighten up a little bit. By getting some tension off of there. Now it's not necessary to loosen your strings when you adjust your truss rod, because these truss rods are rated at, you know, 200 pounds or some, you know, it's not necessary to loosen the strings, but it's kind of a good idea to, you know, again, we got to get this neck to straighten up. It's got this kind of a bow in it, right, like this. So here's actually what I use on this, so because it fits perfectly. So let me see if I can snug that. There we go. There we go. It turned a little bit. Just look down the neck. Yeah, there's a lot of room under that saddle too. Long scale. Put my straight edge on here and let's take a look. That's what we were hoping to accomplish right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull the strings off. It's getting new strings. Yeah, this is a well-played tailor. It's got a lot of fret wear on it. So somebody has spent a lot of hours playing this thing, but it's just his string height is a little high. But we have a lot of room on the saddle, so I think I'm just going to file the bottom of this saddle down a little tiny bit to improve our string height. So got a piece of sandpaper. Just going to try to hold it flat on the sandpaper and just kind of file it down a little bit. There we go. Okay, just make sure you still have enough of it where you do have a little break angle right here. Today, to clean this fretboard, is I have some of this Music Nomad F1 oil, and it just takes a couple of drips of this. This stuff is really thick, and there's been a couple of times where I've actually used way too much of it. A little goes a long way with that F1 oil. And again, it's from Music Nomad. And I think you can order this stuff on Sweetwater. Different places have it. Yeah, unfortunately, this guitar does have a lot of fret wear. It's because somebody loves this guitar. This is a restring that I'm doing for a customer, and he was complaining that his string height is just a little bit, he's always used real heavy strings, and so he complained that his string height was kind of high. So hopefully by just tightening the truss rod a little and a little tiny bit of work on that plastic bridge piece, we should be okay. And we're going to put a set of 12 through 54s on here. Sometimes you gotta hold these bridge pins down, because they want to come flying out of there. I've had them come shooting out. Okay. Just going to tune it up one more time, and then out the door it goes.